You just had to click on this one, didn't you? Well done. And by the way, here's a quick, toilet read to gain some fast relief for the rest of your life. You know what? If you don't already know, then what a relief it will be to know about one of the major complexities in life, one of the most basic things we all have, and that many people in the world are actually still fighting and getting into major conflict over, mainly due to a misunderstanding. And for this special understanding of things, we'll be using cars and the traffic we see every day in a non-religious way. So now, get comfortable in your GTR, good toilet read, adjust your belt to properly suit your specially designed driver's seat, and let's go on a quick life drive. And please, feel free to relax and relieve yourself with a good shh at any time during this toilet trip. Ready? Well, let's go. So tell me, have you ever driven a car before? In traffic? Ay, just look at this traffic. Wowzers. Anyway, if you drive or not, you may still have noticed in life that sometimes traffic can have a very nice flow if we all just cooperate more for it to be so. You know, when the traffic flows, life feels much better, as we all know. Something less to stress or worry about. However, when it stops, like this, and so, what can we do to improve on the flow? Well, just listen. And for the next 9 minutes that we left to go, let's all focus on how to flow better and merge effectively in the traffic to create a better flow. And the best part? The more people that know this information, the more we'll all be able to actually help out the world with its many traffic and life issues. Meaning, please feel free to share the shivers out of this GTR with the aim of helping improve on life's general flow. Then, let's wait to see what the results are. To be seen in the traffic. You know? Let's go! Imagine now, if you can, that you are a car. Your body is the shape of your car, and your spirit, you, is the one that's driving your car around in life. Your spirit, as you may or may not know, has a soul. Your body also has a soul. And in fact, everything has a soul. From a paper bag to a plastic recycling bin to the vehicle that you're now driving in reading this GTR. So quickly, let's just take a couple of minutes to get the basic understandings of what's a soul, what's a spirit, and what's the difference between a body, a spirit, and a soul. A soul, or the soul of anything, is really just a whole lot of divinely recorded information about anything. Just like a divinely kept story. It doesn't move or go anywhere, it doesn't have choices or makes any decisions, it doesn't get confused, unlike a spirit can. And so, take a musical group that you can listen to through your car speakers, for example, has a soul. If you could read the group's soul, it would tell you exactly when and how and why the group got started, what each musician has brought to the group, all the rehearsals and any other life input that musical group has had will all appear in its soul. A car you see on the street, for example, it has a soul. This means a very gifted person with very heightened psychic abilities can see the car, touch it, and start to read the car's soul for a whole lot of information, containing every little detail to do with that car. From when the car was being planned out, to where every nut and bolt was sourced to build the car, to who worked on the car, how many days it took to build, who drove this car on the ship to get it here, how many days it was on the ship, what the conditions were inside that container housing the car, to who drove it off the ship, to how many owners this car has had, and to who owns this car right now.
It's the person inside, wondering why a strange-looking one is touching their car. The car's soul will also show the future possibilities of this car, but we'll leave the future side of the soul for another GTR. Your body's soul, for example, will tell you a very long story from a long line of genetics and circumstances that led to you being here, now. All this information is recorded in your body's soul and in your spirit soul. As for now, your body and spirit are working as the one experience, like a team. Your spirit and its soul already existed long before it was born into your body. if you've ever wondered, the difference between a person being referred to in life as an old soul compared to a newer soul is in the amount of stored information the spirit has recorded in its soul, from its many different travels and experiences before being born here. So now, let's get back to the traffic. Oh, shh, we're still stuck in this traffic. Can you believe it? You know, one beautiful thing about the traffic, though, that apart from police and emergency vehicles, everyone's equal in the traffic. Like $1 million Rolls Royce has to give way to a $100 motorbike. Not so equal out of the traffic yet, but hey, did you know there are the two main ways to live through life? One is to life be in it, and the other is to life be out of it. Being in it means being present, attentive, and interactive, or at least acknowledging of the other people sharing life around you. Being out of it is something like being on a train and on your phone. Like, it's not being alone in the world, just being alone in your room, in a car, or sitting idle on your toilet seat, where technically you are being entertained in your GTR.
Anyway, whenever you're driving a car in the traffic, always life be in it. And so now would be a glorious time to talk about balance. As contrary to what many can believe, true enlightenment in human terms is measured exactly in how centered, balanced, and harmonious one can achieve to be living in such a very imbalanced experience. Few people understand an underrated power they have to be found in finding balance at any opportunity they get in life, and the freedom that comes from living in moderation. And you know what? If your spirit has the key that starts your car to drive you around daily, then on your spiritual key tag, it would ideally say, think everything in moderation today. And the flip side would say, to be fair. It would then be up to you to take any advice on the tag with the ability you have to discern and sense of responsibility you have already built up in your spirit's soul. A top tip to help find some balance in life is knowing essentially that life's an entirely major balanced entity. So it makes perfect sense that life is half for working, learning, and attending to responsibilities, and the other half is rest and for recreational purposes. However, some will work and do too much responsibility, forgetting to switch off for half the time, while others over-rest, play, and avoid as much responsibility as they can more than half the time, usually at the expense of someone somewhere having to find extra time to compensate, which isn't very good, fair, balanced, and, well, you know.
Let's end this trip now with a few top tips to always keep in mind when driving in traffic so we can all be on the same page, cooperating and helping to improve on the world's traffic. Firstly, let's all keep in mind that everyone will make a mistake at some stage on the road that can frustrate others, right? And the reason people do dumb things on the road is based in either ignorance or arrogance. For example, taking 2 spaces with just 1 car is only because the driver either doesn't know or doesn't care. And so, to top tip number 1, always consider others on the road. Consider behind the wheel of any vehicle is a person dealing with life circumstances. They now have a place to go by road, usually with a time to be there by, and would definitely like to arrive home at some stage feeling how? The most relaxed and least disturbed as possible. If you can help with that in any little way, then do. Traveling slower than the recommended safe driving speed set on any road, for example, is fine, as long as there's nobody behind you with somewhere quicker than you to go. And so, if you can, happily speed up to at least the maximum allowed speed for them to go if there's no room to overtake you. You know, people that purposely hold others back from advancing in the traffic, whether in a subtle, sneaky, or very obvious to prove a point type of a way, will tend to be the types that try to control and hold others back in life, usually due to a competitive edge or just feeling edgy due to a grudge in their own life circumstances.
Top tip number 2, road positioning. Get familiar with the size of your vehicle and how much space it takes on the road. For example, always think to leave enough room on the road for other people to happily drive around you. This will help to not be a disturbance in the traffic and improve the flow. Top tip 3. Always think of the back traffic, as in don't forget what could be happening in the traffic behind you. For example, see that half a car gap in front of you right now? Just think that several cars behind you, someone could really be using that space in front of you right now, with half their car sticking out and blocking other traffic. Top tip 4. Merge with elegance and grace. When the road narrows and it's time to merge, then for maximum efficiency and grace, always think like a zipper in this case. You know, with the elegance and grace of a zipper. One vehicle at a time, which also helps to avoid any confusion when merging. And speaking of confusion, here's a question. Who goes first to zip when waiting for a light to go green, seeing that 2 lanes up ahead turn into just 1? Answer: the one already positioned slightly in front while standing at the light waiting for it to turn green. Top tip 5. Always look as far into the distance as you can see, holding any vehicles in front of you in your secondary vision. Secondary vision are the things we can clearly see enough without having to be focusing directly on them, like seeing a fuzzy red light through your very wet windscreen on a dark, rainy night is clearly not yet green. And speaking of your vision, considering all you need to do in traffic is get from A to B without crashing, then let your eyes be your best friends to help you do this in the best way to help you drive better and get home relaxed. How? By relaxing on your sharp vision and not doubting on your semi-vision. As soon as you get into a vehicle and start driving, you transform yourself into a human driving machine with a task to do. Not that you can't talk to anyone because you're now like a driving robot. It just means that your eyes are now more like cameras and motion sensors you technically now have in your head for driving your car. These things constantly scan the road and surroundings areas like a machine, and as far ahead as they get to capture, always detecting for any minor signs of any irregularity to promptly suggest to your brain to just prepare or take some action if required. If not, you can just relax and keep sharply scanning out things like a machine in relaxed mode. For example, you don't wait to get to a roundabout or an intersection and practically stop your vehicle to take a look and see if a car is coming. Instead, you approach the situation in machine mode, taking several short and sharp looks to the side where you think another vehicle could be coming from. Then, if you know nothing's coming to practically have to stop for, you can just breeze through the intersection in confidence and to help with the flow. You know? If you have any other top driving tips for everyone to know and help improve on the flow, please feel free to leave it in the comments and kindly share. Happy driving!